Attention passionate Philadelphia Eagles fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Philadelphia Eagles fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been following the Eagles this season, you know it's been a roller coaster. The team started out strong, showing all the signs of a championship contender, but lately, things have taken a bit of a turn. The recent Thursday night football game against the New York Giants wasn't just another loss. It was a game that really shook things up and left fans questioning what's next for this team. Let us unpack what happened, why it matters so much for the Eagles, and what it means for their future. Because honestly, this game wasn't just about a score on the board. It was about the narrative that's developing around this team and how they respond to adversity. The Eagles, coming into this game, were riding high with a 4-1 record, looking to solidify their position at the top of the NFC East. They had been executing well on both sides of the ball, and Jalen, as usual, was leading the offense with that mix of precision passing and dynamic rushing that's become his trademark. But if you watched that game closely, you saw a different story unfold. The Giants, led by some impressive rookies, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatibo, came out firing. Dart, in particular, threw for 195 yards and a touchdown, while also running for 58 yards and another score. Scatibo, the ground attack star, was absolutely unstoppable with 3 rushing touchdowns and nearly 100 yards on just 19 carries. They played a high-octane, aggressive style that kept the Eagles' defense on their heels all night. And it's not just about the stats. The way the Giants executed with confidence, with energy, really exposed some vulnerabilities that the Eagles have been trying to shore up all season. It's a reminder that even the best teams, when caught off guard or when the opposition finds their rhythm, can struggle. But what's even more interesting is how the Eagles responded, or rather, how they didn't respond enough. Jalen, who has been one of the league's brightest stars, had a solid game overall, going 24 of 33 for a touchdown and rushing for another. But, and this is a big but, he also threw an interception in the fourth quarter that was a game changer. That pick, intercepted by Cordale Flott and returned for 68 yards, was Hurts' first of the season after an incredible streak of 305 passes without an interception. That streak was called insanely impressive by the league, and honestly, it was a testament to Hurts' consistency and maturity as a quarterback. But in this game, it all came to an end, and that's a reality check for everyone who thought he was invincible in that department. Now, this interception wasn't just bad luck. It was a moment that symbolized some of the struggles the Eagles have faced lately. The offense, which has been so explosive, slowed down at critical moments, and the defense, despite some bright spots, couldn't contain the Giants' rookies when it mattered most. The Giants' offensive line did a great job neutralizing the pass rush at times, giving Dart enough time to find his receivers, and when the running game got going, it was tough for the Eagles to mount a comeback. This game was a clear indication that the Eagles, even with their talent and experience, still have areas to improve if they want to contend deep into the playoffs. Because if there's one thing about the Eagles' recent history, especially last season when they made a Super Bowl appearance, it's that resilience and consistency are everything. And right now, the team is facing some questions about whether they can maintain that level of performance under pressure. Let us pause here for a second. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal. Because what's really interesting is how this game might serve as a wake-up call. The Eagles still sit atop the NFC East with a 4-2 record, which isn't the end of the world, but the pattern of inconsistency is starting to show. After all, they only had 3 losses last season, and they were still able to reach the Super Bowl. But this season, with 2 losses already, they're facing a different kind of pressure. It's about how they bounce back, how they learn from setbacks, and how they get their offense and defense firing on all cylinders again. The upcoming game against the Minnesota Vikings will be a critical test, not just for the record, but for the mental toughness of this team. Because if they can reset quickly and come out with the same fire they showed earlier in the season, they'll remind everyone why they're still one of the top contenders in the NFC. But if the struggles continue, questions will start to mount about whether they can sustain that championship edge. What makes this situation even more intriguing is the history and the resilience of the Eagles franchise. Remember last season, they only lost 3 games in the entire regular season. That kind of consistency is rare, and it's what built their reputation as a team that can withstand adversity. The coaching staff, the players, everyone involved knows that the NFL is a league of peaks and valleys. No team can stay at the top all the time, and every champion faces moments like these where they need to reevaluate, refocus, and come back stronger. This recent game against the Giants might just be that moment for the Eagles. It's a reminder that even when you're on top, complacency is dangerous and every game counts. The good news is that the coaching staff has always emphasized resilience, and the players have shown a lot of character in bouncing back from setbacks. Now, with the Vikings on the horizon, it's about translating lessons learned into performance. Because let us be honest, the NFC is still wide open, and the Eagles have all the pieces to make another deep playoff run if they can address their issues quickly. Another big point to consider is the development of the rookies and how that impacts the NFC East's landscape. The Giants' rookies, Dart and Scatibo, played like seasoned veterans, and that's a signal of how much talent is bubbling under the surface across the league. The Eagles know that they'll face tougher challenges down the line, not just from division rivals but from other contenders in the NFC. The defense, which has been so solid, needs to tighten up, especially against the run and against dynamic quarterbacks. Offensively, Hurts and the passing game need to find that rhythm again, especially in crucial moments. The interception in this game was a rare slip for Hurts, and it's unlikely to define his season. But it's a part of the learning process that every quarterback goes through. The fact that he is still leading the league in many passing categories and has been such a consistent force speaks volumes about his talent and leadership. But football is a game of adjustments, and this loss will serve as a catalyst for the Eagles to sharpen their focus and come back even stronger. Looking ahead, optimism remains high among fans and analysts alike. The Eagles have proven they can win tough games, and their roster is loaded with talent. The key now is how they respond mentally and tactically. The coaching staff will undoubtedly analyze every mistake, every missed opportunity, and every defensive lapse to make sure they are better prepared for the next challenge. The team's resilience and ability to adapt will be crucial in the coming weeks. Remember, last season they faced setbacks too, but they always found a way to bounce back. That's what champions do. And with the Vikings game approaching, it's a perfect opportunity for Jalen Hurts to reset that streak of flawless passing, to remind everyone why he is considered one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and to help the Eagles reclaim their winning ways. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What is your take on this recent game and what it means for the team? Do you believe they can turn things around quickly? How worried are you about the defense, the offense, or the coaching adjustments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Eagles. We're all part of this passionate family, and your voice is what makes this community so special. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and inside info on everything Eagles. So stay tuned, stay loud, and keep that passion alive. Because no matter what, the Eagles are more than just a team. They're a symbol of resilience, heart, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Thanks for being with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Fly, Eagles, fly.